Hello, everyone, and welcome to the webinar Tackling the Crisis, AI Tools for the Future of Retail. Let me introduce myself. My name is Gediminas Mickus. I'm in charge of retail solutions at AI real-world analytics company agmis. Since 2007, our team has been working with innovative technologies and developed solutions for retail companies. I'm very glad that you are here today with us. I hope that you will have an interesting time and bring out knowledge which will help you to transform your business to the next level. What we are going to talk about today is the future of retail tools that will help to transform your business and to get more satisfied customers. As we see, retail is changing from ancient times when people were changing and the goods with the goods to survive. Today, we have new challenges between brick and mortar retailers and e-commerce retailers. Today, you can order goods to be delivered next to your door without going outside. And to get to you in the game, I would like to ask you a question and to know your opinion. So please click a website and give one-word answer. I will paste a link. You should enter menti.com into the browser and use this code 525766 and to get your answer there. So the question would be, what would be a key thing for brick and mortar retailers for the future of success? So, here it comes. Okay, Net Promoter Score. Yes, it's a very good measurement for the analytics. Yes, real-time analytics, of course, it is very important. And the data. Yes, the data is the main core thing for today. Flexibility, interesting. What do you mean by that? Okay, let's wait for another. Analytics, yes. Innovation. That would be the core engine for the movement and the success. Okay, let's wait for another answers. Real-time analytics. It is very interesting. Data. Sure, if you have numbers what to measure, you know what to do with them. Innovation and analytics. The main words today. Okay, data. Getting into, okay, analytics changed. Good. Okay, so let's not stuck in here and let's move into our presentation. So what action should really brick and mortar retailers do? That is the question, because for the last decade, e-commerce brings new challenges for the brick and mortar retailers. And for those who invested and used e-commerce, they succeeded because they opened a new channel how to reach consumers and to satisfy their needs. Others who were strict to a classical retail faced a problem that they started to lose their customers due to e-commerce challenges. For the last few years, everyone was announcing that the end of brick and mortar retail is near and the numbers of closed physical shops are massive. In example, last year in US market, 9,037 stores were closed. But is that really the end of the brick and mortar and the e-commerce would be the only way to purchase all the items that we wish for? I would like to disagree with that. And so what actions should really brick and mortar retailers do? I don't think if it is a correct action from the brick and mortar retailers how to engage with their customers, but what really actions could they do? They may sit and cry, and maybe someone will hear their weeping and will give them a helping hand, but mostly their cry and taking no actions will bring them to bankrupt. That is not also the best solution. But maybe the third way, to combine knowledge from e-commerce and traditional stores, would be the answer. And it seems that all the critics about the end of brick and mortar retail were wrong, because 9 of the most successful online retailers, from Amazon to Apple, are also operating physical stores, and other retailers are continuing to open brick and mortar locations as their online-only plans prove limited to unprofitable. It is estimated that formerly online-only retailers will open as many as 900 physical locations because physical locations are key for driving web sales. The data also shows that opening physical stores can pay off for e-commerce. Retailers see an average increase of 37% in web traffic after new physical location is opened. Consumers also prefer to shop in store, and physical stores still generate 94% of total retail sales. So let's take a look what e-commerce retailers are using for the analytics. So they are using Google Analytics, Adobe Analytics, Mixpanel, or any other. And they are measuring consumers' actions while they are purchasing online. For today, brick and mortar retailers have a lot of data, but they are still not using them, or they don't know how to use it. So why not to combine these same metrics and the analytic tools to use in the brick and mortar retail physical stores? There is a huge amount of science fiction technologies like artificial intelligent robots who will change human workforce, but they are still in development and will be available in the future. So let's concentrate on trending technologies that are available to use right now. So for today, artificial intelligence and machine learning are the most inspiring technologies, and those who are investing in mastering them now, they will be the winners in the market. Today, we are going to talk about computer vision technology, which is showing amazing results and what you could do with the video cameras and data that you can get from them. Computer vision analytics allows to extract data from video streams and to have the same results as they use in e-commerce. And computer vision analytics could be the key for brick and mortar retailers, not to close their physical shops, but to make physical shops more attractive for the consumers and to build a better user experience. If brick and mortar retailers will invest in a digital transformation, their physical shops will survive against e-commerce competition and go up. So let's take a look how computer vision analytic technology is working. I will shortly introduce you with this technology. So the first step is to get a video or photo stream. You can use any device which has camera. It could be like a mobile phone, IP camera, and etc. Then all the material is being processed through the VSAS software, which is based on machine learning and artificial intelligence. After the data is extracted from the video or photo material, results are given back for the clients in a selected ways. Maybe they are using CRM or ERP or video management system, and they would like to get notifications or the graphics or export it to Excel or CSV file, or maybe to use this data with a BI tool. So computer vision technology is a cloud-based technology, and it is easy to integrate it into your system. It could work on the premises. System can monitor and give notifications in almost real time. Of course, it depends on the speed of the internet. Or you can set an example if you want to get results in time periods, hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, and etc. So today I would like you all to imagine yourself as a consumers and to take a journey inside the brick and mortar retail shop and take a closer look what is going on there. As we know, humans are social beings and they need a physical connection with items that they are willing to purchase. They need to get a dose of dopamine into their brains, which is a hormone of happiness and satisfaction that brings them good shopping experience. But what they see and what they get when they get to the brick and mortar retail shops is more likely far from their expectations. Empty shelves, massive queues, wasted time and disappointment for the goods that buyers haven't received. Consumer expectations today are at the highest level and they are setting the new rules. Status quo has changed and brick and mortar retailers must take actions and invest into technologies and tools that will help to meet their buyer expectations. So first step, what the visitors do, they enter the shop. In e-commerce, we are measuring visitors per page. So why not to do the same at the physical shops? Let's count the incoming people. Investment is very low because there are plenty of technologies, new ones and old ones. And in example, we could use the existing video cameras or place an IoT device or place a new camera and to count the incoming visitor flow. Maybe in normal situation, you may ask, what's the point of this? I will explain a little bit later about this, but talking about the situation that is right now, COVID-19 situation, it is very important to track visitors flow due to government restrictions because retailers must regulate shoppers flow in the shops. In example, if you are counting visitor flow, you may show these numbers to your customers, how your physical shop is crowded right now. Consumers may choose to visit shops when there are less crowded hours to ensure their safety. All this data could be updated in real time and placed in an example in a website or use mobile phone applications. And consumers may register their visits at retail shops, and retailers may see the upcoming visitor flows and send them a notification that it's not a proper time to visit the store because it's crowded and you should choose another time for shopping. Or you can notify a visitor that now it's the best time because there is no crowds going on. So let's take a look at another place. Let's take a look at the shelves. Retailers spend a lot of money to attract consumers to their shops. They organize promos, online advertising, and etc. And it works fantastic. Marketing team does an amazing job to bring customers and to attract them to the physical shops. And when the consumers come to the shop, the first thing that they do, they are going through the shelves by collecting items that they were planning to purchase. Very often consumers' expectations do not respond to reality. Empty shelves and out of stockage is one of the most common problems at the retail shops. Research summary shows that 25% of shelves worldwide are empty and poorly restocked. That brings issues for the retailers. Retailers don't restock empty shelves at the proper time because they do not know that they are empty. They can only see this when consumers come to check out and purchase goods. After the moment retailer gets an information from the point of sale system, and what he sees, he can see a true amount of stockage that is left in the warehouse. And the problem that consumers do not find goods in the shelves because mostly the goods are laying in the back room. So one way is to put human effort in this situation, but human workforce is limited because employees are getting tired. They may get sick and not to come to work. Their working hours are strict to regulations, and there is a big possibility of human effort input. Today, as we see, it is not a very good decision to use this. Technology companies are developing robots that serves through brick and mortar retail shops and scans on the shelves, but they cost around 20,000, 30,000 each. And for example, a retailer would like to have all those robots in 500 stores. And it is a very, very big investment for the retailer with a questionable ROE. So let's take a look at computer vision technology and what results it may bring. The moment when items from shelf to point of sale systems is critical because nobody knows how many items are traveling in consumers' baskets while they are surfing in shops. Computer vision analytics can monitor shelves and notify about that shelves are getting empty and they should be restocked. Real-time notifications, forecasting, actionable data to work with allows to monitor shelves all the time and track movement of goods from shelves to checkout areas. What benefit brings this technology is that retailers are always informed about what's going on with their shelves and what actions should be done. Consumers, when they come to shop, would be satisfied by finding items in the shelves. Also, computer vision analytics brings additional benefits, collecting data about SKU share in the shelf, price tags change, planogram compliances. Also, retailers could collect and pack this data, which could be sold or maybe shared with the merchandising companies, manufacturers, or distributors. This data is very important for them because now they are collecting this data using human workforce, which is very expensive. Computer vision analytics could also be used to monitor and track consumers' actions at the shelves while they are picking and collecting items or choosing them. This allows retailers to know and to measure what actions led to the choice of the consumer, taking actions for the future advertising, and to adapt your marketing actions to be more accurate, and also to bring a better experience for the consumers. Let's get into another place where another consumer meets another problem. Queues at checkout areas. As me or someone else, nobody likes to stand and wait at long lines in the shopping malls with their goods. Long queues makes consumers irritable and grumpy, especially when there is a lot of empty cashiers with no cash operators. We did some research and noticed that nobody is actually using queue management and forecasting in the physical retail shops. We do not say that nobody tried, but maybe the ways that they were doing it or technologies were chosen not were the best and to get the results. And remember when I told you that we'll get back to visitor counting? That's where it comes very important numbers for the analytics. Because research showed that 7 people in a queue is a tipping point, and after 10 minutes, shoppers are likely to leave without queuing. And 86% of consumers are likely to choose another brand stores if they had a bad experience when they were purchasing goods. And the average shopping trip includes 20 minutes of queuing time. So imagine how much time consumers waste in their life just because standing in the lines. And 70% are less likely to return to the store if they had a bad experience for just waiting in lines. And moderate increases in the numbers of customers in a queue can generate a sales reduction equivalent to 5% price increase. So consumers are losing their time, and likely retailers lose not only just customers, but also money. So queue management is more than just collecting data. Where computer vision analytics may help here, using cameras that are already installed next to the checkout areas and entrances to the retail shop. Cameras may capture incoming consumers flow, and technology does a forecasting, which allows store manager to take actions to prevent oncoming possible queues. Retailer gets actionable data, which could be used for a few options. First, the number of active service points. Secondly, the number of people currently in a line. Average queue length, average queuing time for the last half hour, for how long the last person to be served waited, how often there were more than 7 people in a queue, and etc. Our clients say that before they started to use queue management solution, it was very hard to react to upcoming queues. And if there were less staff at the moment they needed, retailer was getting compliances from customers. Also, retailers had to pay cash operators for sitting and doing nothing at the cashiers when they have no queue forecasting. After they started to use the queue management analytics, they could have a proper reaction to upcoming queues and have staff on site that is needed to operate cashiers. Store managers could easily manage staff and delegate tasks. In example, the queue are going to end soon, an example, in 5 minutes. So you should close your cashier and go to restock empty shelves. As I mentioned, if we have a shelf monitoring system, we know exactly which one should be filled and restocked. Again, win-win situation. Consumers find items in the shelves, make a quick checkout procedure, and go home happy to enjoy their newly purchased goods. Retailers get the information, they do the forecasting, and they have a data to work with in the future. Another very interesting trend that is already accelerating in self-checkout areas is self-checkout areas. And the upsurge of self-checkout and unmanned stores like Amazon Go is freeing consumers from one of the things they detest the most, is the long checkout lines that we discussed earlier. And research shows that 52% of consumers prefer self-checkout areas to avoid standing in the lines, and 61% were at least somewhat interested in an idea of unmanned stores. And the first problem is customer experience in the self-checkout area. So let's imagine a situation when you are in a hurry and come to shop for a few items. An example, bread, eggs, milk, potatoes, bananas, and carrots. You come to the self-checkout area and start to scan all those items. Everything goes fine with the products who have a barcode, and when the moment comes for the loose products, that you have to put them on the scales, and here comes the challenge. My experience and other human experience shows that what you have to do is to scroll through all the menu to find the correct item. When you finally find the correct category, then you find out that there are 5 different potatoes or apple species. So the problem is that it takes too much time, and consumers are getting stuck in the checkout areas, and it also creates creating queues in the self-service area. Also, consumers feel very embarrassed when the checkout machine starts to scream for assistance like you are trying to do something illegal. So identifying objects is one of computer vision core technology. Camera detects what item a consumer wants to purchase and immediately shows a pop-up screen with the correct item. Retailers don't have to hire additional personnel because one employee is able to manage stands, self-checkout cashiers, and other functions overtaken by consumers. Retailers are trying to teach consumers the new shopping experience, so let's teach them in the correct way. That they could use these self-checkout areas with a pleasure, and saving their time and nerves may bring them a better shopping experience. Also, this technology could give a benefit like to avoid mismatch of the SKUs against with the items and have better warehouse management. Of course, we see that this trend, like the pickup list assistant, is not used in all the countries, because in other countries, at the area where the fruits and vegetables are, there are scales, and you have to press the number and to put the number on the back, and after that, only you are going to self-checkout area. So it may vary in different countries. So let's take a look at another problem where the self-checkout area brings new challenges for the retailers. Self-checkout areas give the consumers freedom to cheat and to steal in these self-checkout cashiers. An example, you want to buy pistachio nuts, and when you come to the self-checkout area, you press that it is a simple peanut. And if there would be a security guy standing near to the consumer, he may say that you are doing it wrong, but when he's sitting in his operating room and watching a lot of cameras, he may not see this. And what really consumers are buying, it is really difficult to manage. Another example is changed barcodes. Many times packages of items are very similar or identical, and thieves manage to change the barcodes from the cheaper items and place it onto more expensive items. Then they go through this self-checkout areas, or maybe another person's go through checkout areas, and they purchase goods for less than it should really cost. So research showed that brick and mortar retailers loss in self-checkout areas are about 3% of total annual turnover. This is a huge amount of money where retailers are losing. And this shows that self-checkout areas are very vulnerable against cheating and theft. So the technologies that are used now today in the self-checkout areas are scales, like an example, or barcode scan. And it is lack of security, really. Computer vision has a very big impact on cheating and thieves. Simple camera can solve these problems, comparing image of the purchasing item and barcode scan. If there is a situation that doesn't meet requirements, a notification is being sent to employee who is responsible for the checkout area, and the consumers are not allowed to purchase until the issue is solved. So computer vision technology again brings new advantage and benefit for the retailers. So last but not least is employee safety and consumer safety, because COVID-19 bring a new situation to the whole world, and everything changed over the night, and brick and mortar retailers must react really quickly. Other sectors like service sector was completely frozen for a few months, and while retail and e-commerce were overbooked. Government gave instructions that everybody should wear safety masks and gloves in public spaces, and brick and mortar stores have to manage incoming shoppers flow. That brings new challenges for brick and mortar retailers because they have to find new ways how to deal with this situation. At this point, computer vision technology could help with queue management, as we talked about earlier. They could manage the visitor flow and to show it for the consumers, and to give them a safer buying experience. And it also could be used to detect if consumers are wearing the correct personal protection equipments like safety masks and safety gloves in example. So if a security guy would see that a customer that is shopping in the mall is not wearing personal protection equipment, he could gently ask him to take a look at himself and put the mask on. This solution could also be used for employees who should be wearing personal protection equipment all the time while working. For example, it could be a warehouse employee or a backroom workers who are filling the empty shelves, or maybe there is a place where employees should be wearing mask and then maybe some kind of cap for the hair, or the gloves. In example, he is working with the fish or the meat, and etc. So this solution could also be used to detect, to avoid misunderstanding against the customers with the employees that work in their physical stores. So we quickly jumped through all the questions that we wanted to cover today, and I would like to make a conclusion and to have some time for the questions if you would have. So my conclusion would be that brick and mortar retailers should not be closing their stores if they would digitalize and improve their stores and use the existing infrastructure with a computer vision technology analytics. And combining these technologies, they would gain a new experience, and they can bring new experience for the consumers. So get a better experience for the consumers is the main core thing that they should be thinking about. So if you have any questions, you may ask me. Today we just touched the very basics of what we had to talk, and we could talk all the day about this, and it is a very wide theme, and if you would like to have a demo about maybe queue management or shelf management or any else that we covered today, you can contact me, and we could talk about this later in a additional meeting. And if it is very interesting for you, just contact me. Let's change our opinions and have a talk. What is interesting for you? So thank you for your time today. I finished quicker than I was planning to do, but let's hope that you hear everything what you wanted, or you find something new. And so feel free to contact me, and let's meet in other webinars. So thank you for your time today, and bye.